The doors loom above you, one step closer to the council, one step closer to divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
Yeah. Red Prince is the only real question mark, I think.
Well, well, well. This is, as they say, it. Divinity. Surreal, is it not? So much more insubstantial, almost, than desiring an empire, or vengeance, or fame. That said, I'll not deny I very much aspire to the surreal. No greater emperor than the one that sits on the throne of gods.
I think we should choose persuasion options not tied to our stats here. Yeah, intelligence or constitution seem to make the most sense. We might as well choose the intelligence in that case because it's our highest stat anyway. And it's not a horrible... They're all sort of weakish. But tell him there is no higher honor to be had than to stand beside you as the new divine.
He sighs deeply.
Oh, you'll probably think this highly uncharacteristic of me, but I'm inclined to agree. This journey of ours, this strange and violent pilgrimage, it has changed some preconceptions. It's not so much that my desires have changed, it's that they've multiplied. They were like a diamond kept hidden in a secret pocket for none but me to see. But then the diamond was forced into the open, held against the light. And in that light, so many colours I never knew were there. Sadder. The promise of dragons. I value them more highly now even than divinity. The final prize is yours. I'm content to follow a more unexpected path.
Beast looks not at you, or even through you, but beyond you, beyond the academy, to a place far from you, but close to him.
I know I talk a lot, but I don't talk about the Isle of Mists that much. No reason to, most of the time. Can't stop thinking of that time today, though. My crewmates and me, we can handle prison. We can handle death, even. But ain't no one should handle the Isle. You don't see the mist. You don't hear it. It's just there. In front of you, on top of you, and in you. Then the ripping starts. Your dreams ripped away. Your thoughts, your self. It's in you, and it is you. Your body is meat, perfectly preserved. The mist keeps it safe. It's your soul that's boiled. I'm not looking to ascend because I want the power. I'm not doing any of this for me. I'm doing it so the rebels never need face the Isle. So the mist will never be in them. So they can be truly free, fearless, themselves. As soon as I stop Operation Downfall, I rejoin them. As far as I'm concerned, that's where my divine duties begin and end.
It should be an easy one. Note how irresponsible that is. He shouldn't pursue divinity if he isn't going to take it seriously. Oh, we failed. Where has our persuasion dropped? I think it was 6 already. Well, gonna have to load anyway then. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. So we should have what it takes. But these are hard persuasion checks. I didn't really look through the other options though. Some of them might make more sense. Yeah, I'm not getting any persuasion boost now for some reason. Suppose I've been going for intellect. Do I even have persuasion items anymore? Does anyone? Yeah, that's gonna go well. Why don't you loan me your persuasion items while we have this conversation about who's gonna be the next divine? I really don't want any kind of infighting between the group. Certainly looks like we don't have shit. Anyone else getting a boost to persuasion? You. Surprisingly not. Where the fuck is it coming from though? It's coming from trade maybe? Spell song, right, so that won't make a difference. I'll just have to choose different conversation options.
The doors look. The others must.
Well. Divinity. That said...
He sighed.
This journey, it's not so sad. The final prize is yours.
I'm sure 5 is
I know
enough
it
for
won't
this
stop my crew
if we
end.
choose the correct
No, look,
options.
as soon as
Yeah, what do we have? Strength. Agree that no one should have to endure the isle, and should you ascend, no one will again. That might go. Remind him that you too have dreams and goals. The world doesn't revolve around him. Tell him you are easily superior in ways of combat. If he faces you, you cannot win. Let's go with the agree that no one should have to endure the isle. And should you ascend, no one will again.
Beast pauses, then nods.
I will do this for you, but I also do it for more than you.
Yeah, I don't actually care. Did we get the... Yeah, we got teleporter pyramids. You have the... Oh, for fuck's sakes. We're not in part of the group yet, that's why it shows weirdly that we're getting items.
We're finally here, on the doorstep of Divinity. Merits a word, doesn't it? After all, only one of us can become the new divine. But don't worry, I won't stand in your way. From the moment you came back for me on that ship, I knew you were special. You've proven it time and again.
She kisses you on the cheek.
You will be the new divine. I will remain myself. All I ever wanted, really.
Okay, so doing certain things... I didn't actually even look at the non-persuasion options, so the fact that we've done a lot of this for these people might have allowed us to skip the persuasion check entirely. I didn't really even consider that. Right, let's go. We have one of the teleporter pyramids in there. Let's just see what the difference is. 60,000. There's Bishop Alexander waiting for us. It doesn't make sense not to sort of return the reward for Alexander if he's gonna be here anyway, no matter what you do. I'm not gonna do that. I want to see what the teleporter pyramid option is. I think it's yellow. How is it different? So it's not that much different. This might still be the better way to enter this place.
So this is the ancient Academy of the Eternals.
I suspect it has seen better
Careful!
days.
I've spotted a trap.
A bit like yourself.
One.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Trap here or there isn't gonna make much of a difference.
Careful! I've spotted a trap. Careful now, that's a trap.
Just need to wait until the armor restores before moving again. Right, this is only accessible through this direction, but it also doesn't contain anything interesting, so it doesn't really matter. Teacher's Hall. A lot of power things we could activate. I think we have what, 4 of them? Poisoned cups of tea. Looks like there's one capacitor there. So we can reflect something. Spirit of the Authority, Intelligence, Wits, Finesse, Constitution, Strength. Let's go with Intelligence first.
Godwoken, come, time is short. Let's see how you measure up. Good. Very good. Normally I would test my pupils' acumen here, but I can sense that yours is well developed. An educator's intuition, let's say. There's always room for improvement, however, and I believe I can muster one final lesson. Intellect and reasoning come before all, of course. You must sacrifice an amount of learning in some other area in order to glean what I have to offer. Your sense of finesse. A fair bargain. True intelligence in exchange for a degree of sociability. Do you accept?
Say that you want to know what happened here first. How did they all die?
The spirit purses his lips and shakes his head ruefully.
We were betrayed by the unlikeliest of people. Lucian the Divine himself. Our finest pupil visited us under the guise of friendship. We feasted. He raised a toast, but did not drink. It was only when I fell to the floor that I realized he had poisoned us.
So Lucian is the God King then.
For him to sabotage the Academy, the means for his successors to rise, it makes no sense. But who can question his actions? The Divine is above us all.
Yeah. But the game has sort of had a theme of people behind the shadows influencing things, so it's hard to say what the fundamental background the influencer in this case is. There's quite a few options. Don't really see the point in speculating though, we're nearing the point where it has to be revealed anyway.
But you are here, Godwoken. There is still a chance. Do you wish to accept my help?
Sure.
It is done. My knowledge is yours. Use it wisely. The correct answer, by the way, was false.
Currently finesse-based weapons and attacks, skills to minus 25% extra damage. We got plus 5 to our intelligence. We have no use for finesse at all. At all. We might as well try to get boosts to the others too. He has no use for intelligence. Not really. The bonuses come from finesse or strength. So, finesse master. Wits would actually be good too, but it depends what you have to sacrifice in order to get those things. I mean, just because we have something is good doesn't mean that we want to sacrifice everything in order to get it. The Red Prince might be an exception, because strength is so important to him.
The spirit of a robed woman casts a critical eye over you.
You're an impressive specimen, Godwoken. I can always spot when a pupil has put effort into developing their strength. Bravo! But there's always room for improvement. Say the word, and I will do what I can to bolster your strength even further. There is a price, unfortunately. To excel at one skill is to neglect another. Improving your strength will sap your wits. Do you accept?
Sure.
It is done. Wield your strength.
Which suffered drastically, but it's actually, I'm not sure I'm cool with this trade. It's extra damage, but yeah, which also affects initiative. So the Red Prince will be acting the last in every situation, every fight. On the other hand, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we usually want to boost him the most before he makes any action, and he's going to get his own turn every turn like everyone else, or every round. So it's not like he will act less. But in exchange for 25% extra damage, we'll take it. We'll live with the consequences, whatever they are. Constitution is something no one really cares about. And the cost could be very, very dire, like memory or something. No harm in asking.
The spirit of a dwarf gives you an incongruous...
Who do we have here? A new Godwoken. Why, what a pleasure it is to meet you.
Hesitantly greet the spirit.
Just what was that? Have you made no effort at all on developing your constitution? You're about as charming as a dog with worms. A lesson is in order, I think. An emergency lesson. If you wish, I can do what I can to bolster your limp charms. Be warned, though. There's an opportunity cost in self-improvement. What you gain in constitution will likely be lost from...
I'm not losing intelligence. Sabeel could do it. Sabeel does not have intelligence anything, so the extra constitution would be very welcome. He doesn't have great armor too, so the extra vitality would be very welcome.
The spirit of a dwarf...
Who do we have here? A lesson. Be warned, though. Consider it done.
So we got a huge chunk of extra health. Alright, 35% extra health bonus. From Constitution, extra 700 points in total.
The spirit of a lizard is seated before you, weeping profusely. She looks up at you, moist-eyed.
Godwoken? Can it be true? Am I dead?
Reach out to comfort her.
Of course, your hand passes right through her. You back away and shrug awkwardly. The spirit's expression changes in an instant, utterly composed and thoroughly unimpressed.
I applaud your empathy, Godwoken, but that was the most ungainly display I've borne witness to in a long time. Time for one last lesson in finesse, I think. I'll have my work cut out for me with you. True finesse requires dedication, however. Sacrifice. In order to receive my aid, some other area of study...
Have to give up wits. Wits is fairly important for her too, so I don't think the trade-off is worth it. With others, it doesn't really make sense either, so that's something we're gonna have a hard pass on.
Godwoken, it has been too long. My hope was dwindling. Tell me, do you have your wits about you for the trials to come? Here, let me see. It is greater than the gods, yet also more evil than the void. The poor have it, the rich need it, and if you eat it, you will die. What is it?
Greater than the gods, more evil than the void. The poor have it, the rich need it, and if you eat it, you will die. What is it? Obviously I don't get it, so say a riddle.
You ought to have studied more. Measures must be taken to bring you up to speed. One last lesson to sharpen those dull wits of yours. But be warned, equal mastery in all skills is nigh on impossible. This lesson in wits will require...
I'm not giving up hit points. Not for something so pathetic. Okay, what about Authority Master?
The spirit of a dwarf woman scowls at you like you dealt her some grave insult while she was alive.
Godwoken, you have no right to be here. Leave!
Rather than say, you'll do as you like, she has no authority over you.
The spirit sighs and shakes her head.
Terrible. It is you who is lacking authority, Godwoken. A lesson is in order, I think. Now,
I may be able to steel you a little more in preparation for the trials to come. Improving your authority will cause your strength to suffer, however. That is the cost of molding yourself into a true leader. Do you agree?
No. He could lose strength, I guess. He wouldn't lose any equipment. But on the next level I would have to buff strength a little bit. Just to be able to actually gear. The thing is, I am not really doing damage through strength. I'm using spells and I'm using status effects. The shield attack does not use strength either. It's rare that I use normal attacks to do a goddamn thing. And these are all intelligence, intelligence. Intelligence, 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 intelligence. So yeah, this could be good for him. He has some leadership already. 5.
The spirit of a dwarf will...
Godwoken, you have no right.
The spirit sighed.
Terrible. It is a lesson now. I may improving your authority will cause your strength to a wise choice.
How much strength did we lose? 5. It's still enough to use our gear, but not without the gear. I need 2 points extra to that. Leadership didn't actually go up. What? Is 5 the maximum? Surely it's the natural maximum, but I'll remove the equipment that boosts it. I might actually lose my armor. Doesn't matter, I want to see where this goes.
The spirit of a dwarf...
Godwoken, you have...
The spirit's...
Terrible. A less now. Improving your... A wise choice.
Didn't do anything. What exactly is it supposed to do? I don't see it doing anything. Just you lose your strength. I'm sure it does something. I'm just not seeing it. Either way, I'm not particularly interested. If I can't notice the effect immediately in any other way but just losing my equipment, that's pretty weak. I get some memory at least, I think. So maybe spread of things? What are my natural values? Just unequip everything. Right. 17. 10, 20, 16, 22, 10.
The spirit of a
Godwoken?
The spirit's
Terror. Less now. Improving your authority. A wise choice.
So 5 memory. Would be useful for you. Actually, no. We're at the edge of our carry capacity. I'm not losing strength on anyone. I mean, technically we could, but I'm not that desperate for memory. I've invested points in that already, so I think this is it.
A beam. Perhaps we can harness its power.
You open this. Touch it. Armaments of the One. Holy shit. Is that a portal, or it looks like a portal? It's called a portal too. It's likely a portal. Finesse space. Doesn't look particularly interesting. Yeah, it just has the wrong type of abilities. Arena of the Ages. Reach Wall the Arena Master.
The phantom bird pecks at the stone beneath her with a scarred and blood-flecked beak. She glowers up at you with one gimlet eye.
Student of the arena, or master?
Tell her you are a master. No. Show her your summoning powers with Featherfall. You are a master of her kind.
Very nice. But to be a master, one must master one's own kind. Tell me this, have you mastered any arena?
You are the champion of 2 arenas, Fort Joy and Driftwood.
You even beat Murga in Driftwood? That little firecracker was always my favorite. I have an even greater challenge for you. Beyond lies an eternal construct of great destructive force. There, you can prove in trial by combat that you are indeed the one I have waited for. The one.
Shake your head.
There can be only a single one. If you wish to be the one to claim that regal glory, I suggest you hurry up.
I didn't have an option just to say yes. Do we need to...
An automaton, massive and imposing, creaks to life as you approach.
You must leave.
Make to leave. Then turn back and tell it, not really, you're staying.
You are not divine. You must leave or die. You can not win this fight.
Why? Fine. It seems like that's probably the case, because I didn't have a conversation option to even accept the fight here. Stat-wise, he doesn't look anything special. I mean, he's not exactly an easy opponent necessarily, but still. Why is there a reflector array here anyway? Some chest, oh, and there's a cannon there. You probably want to reflect it so it hits it. So, bzzzt, 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 and bzzzt. I'll take their hints for now. If the master can't, I can't even say to him that yeah, I want to try this. I'm guessing I'm not ready to try it. He probably has some sort of bullshit ability instincts then there. We'll be back. Tablets. A missive to remove the secret entrance. What is that? Voidwalking delegates. Now let's go meet it.
Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortals draws to a close. We have returned to claim what is ours. We have returned to claim the world.
Ask the Voidwoken why it calls you thief.
All mortals are thieves. You have stolen our world. All the world is ours.
The Voidwoken, it's wrong. The world does not belong to the Void, and never will.
We are not the Void, mortal. We are of the world. You are of the Void. When we were banished, you were made. You owe your entire existence to us. You owe us everything.
Wonder if there's not a grain of truth in there somewhere. I have no idea.
We were betrayed by the 7 usurpers. They took our powers and used them to create you. They sent us to the Void and thought we'd never return. They were wrong. And now they will face the wrath of the King.
Ask if he means the 7 gods.
They were little more than local barons, until Fane the traitor found the veil. In their greed, the 7 tore its fabric. This gave them power. It made them gods. And it let the Void into the world, and saw us banished to its clutches.
Tell them they can never return. They bring the Void with them. The Void destroys all.
You left us no choice. We had no other tools. We shall return, and then we shall cast out the Void. Do not resist us. We shall be who we once were, and the world shall be restored to what it was before we were betrayed.
Tell it you had nothing to do with any betrayal.
Because of that betrayal, you exist. Because of what was stolen from us, you exist. Because of the powers we lost, you exist. We will have them back. But we will not fight your husk, mortal. The time will come when the thieving coward inside of you must step out. If it can still walk. You shall end then.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
Yeah, you can't get a free pass just because you've suffered. I feel for them, but aligning with the Void is just plain wrong. They're not really aligned. Well, I'm not sure I would say that. Folks do anything to survive, who could blame them? Doesn't mean I'm going to give in to them or anything, but still.
What they pursued for power, which is what they're doing still. One has to admire their tenacity.
Looks to me like they do just about anything to survive. The mark of civilization is knowing when it's your turn to lay down so that others may live.
I can understand their anger if not their methods. Revenge should be exact, not indiscriminate.
But we directed the blasted thing there. Can we access the side passages? Can they be bypassed? Do we need an actual key? Don't need the goddamn thing apparently. We had the key to the other place, I have no idea where I got it from. Another phase capacitor. Supernova. That's actually not that good of a scroll. Sounds more impressive than it is. Soap. It's a good ring. Hydrosophist summoning hit points, poison resistance. It's not an amazing ring though. It's fine. It's better than some of my rings. Still feel someone else would benefit more from this. Okay, I guess I'll take it. You lose 1 point in pyrokinetic, gain 1 point in hydrosophist, gain hit points. Waypoint, probably. Massive battle arena. Senate chart.
An automaton still and silent before you. A faint glow pulsates from within its chest cavity, dormant perhaps.
Take a closer look.
A compartment in the side of the contraption appears to be empty. There's a part missing.
Place the capacitor into the empty compartment.
The capacitor sparks and fizzles. Then, the pulsating light begins circulating throughout the automaton. It rises. The automaton looms above you. A lone, glowing eye takes you in dispassionately.
Ballistic shots. Take the wind-up toy. Ability to summon a self-destructive summon. The good thing about this would be that it has a good amount of range, so if we know that we can't really get to a target and we want to do magic armor damage to it, this will cost 2 points and get the job done. We're gonna follow it up with the other summon to do extra magic armor damage. I'm also pretty sure we have it though. No, I didn't bother to buy it. It's fairly expensive after all. Might be able to trade in something. Tentatively greet the automaton.
Hello, Godwoken.
The automaton peers in close at your face.
You are a fine specimen. Most fine. Your arrival is long overdue.
Ask the automaton who or what it is.
I am the Seneschal. I serve the Academy, both those who teach and those who come to learn, like you. Allow me to show you.
Ask what is the purpose of the Academy.
The Academy exists to help unveil the divine from amongst the Godwoken.
Inquire as to what Godwoken must do from here.
You must enter the temple, then prove yourself in the Arena of the One.
Okay. How do you succeed in the arena?
It's quite simple. Defeat all others.
What about the temple?
Godwoken should be able to enter without issue. It seems that the Academy has been impeded due to neglect or interference. I appear to have been tampered with. Whoever is responsible may have caused similar damage elsewhere. Apologies, Godwoken. I trust you will be able to overcome any difficulties.
I have no idea what any...
The automaton fixes its illuminated gaze upon you. The light within it flickers for a moment. It addresses you, garbled in places.
Godwoken, I am here to serve.
Well, that was a worthless piece of time. I lost a tool, gained nothing in exchange. there is a cannon here. I presume I need to get the reflector to direct the beam to this place. One way or another. It'll come from there, very likely. There, there, and then it'll shoot forward. No real enemies. We need 2 energy somethings there. Seems simple enough. Nerd roll.
An ancient library. I feel right at home.
You are Leonard Raw. You are a godwoken and a thief. You keep your secrets well, even from yourself.
Dance your way in.
You are Leonard Raw, godwoken, thief. If you can't earn a place in Lucian's shadow, you're going to steal it. You think you'll find advantage in the Forbidden Library. But first you have to steal the keys. Your tutors have one each, but you can't risk getting caught. You'd earn yourself a trip to the Chancellor's chamber, one from which you suspect you would not return.
Search his memory of the Chancellor's chambers.
Your best friend Redulus was your rival. You knew that he was weak. You made sure the Chancellor knew it too. And while your friend was in the Chancellor's secret room, you stole the capacitor from the Chancellor's own table. But then you heard a noise. You heard the sound of your best friend's murder. You fled. You hid the capacitors you had taken and set out to steal the rest. You were lurking here, plotting, when you were overtaken with a sense of love. You felt at peace. You felt Lucian's hand on your shoulder. You did not feel the sword blade enter your back. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for the spirit source. This yearning is not yours, but it demands satisfaction.
Take your leave.
The hunger dies away, for now.
Quite a few people. Forbidden Library. The usual tablet.
I'm missing something here.
Spirit tools of the Godwoken, Spirit Vision. The book speaks in general terms about opening one's eye to the glory of the source, but then your eyes begin to tingle. Everything becomes brighter, sharper. Blacks and whites become glorious bursts of color, then fade back into their accustomed spectrum. You know that now you may speak, dispel, and see. So I guess it's a guaranteed way that at this point the player will have access to these abilities. One way or another. Maybe it's possible to keep skipping them to a certain extent, but at this point you have to have them. Source vampirism. Candor.
The ghost's memories slip easily into your mind. His name is Candor, and he thinks he's ready to ascend. He thinks he can be God-woken, ready to step up should Lucian lose the war. He's wrong. He'll die. He did die before he even made it to the Chancellor to ask for permission to fight in the Arena of the One. And what's more, he was murdered.
Go deeper.
You are Candor, and you are, you believe, ready to step up. Your tutors disagree, but you want the Chancellor to hear your case. Instead, you find a man you've never met, a great and powerful sorcerer. And as his shadow falls upon you, you realize that this is Lucian the Divine himself. He gives you a smile of the utmost benevolence and grace, and you realize, as Candor, that you are far from ready. You turn and flee towards the library to warn your tutors, but Lucian is too fast. He cuts you down. You're Candor the Godwoken, dead by the hand of the Divine. A hunger rises deep within you. The hunger dies away.
Council 7 History. And so it came to pass that Astarte called upon the sun and the moon to guard the entrance to the Well of Ascension, so that only those blessed by the Seven may enter its hallowed halls. So I guess we solved that little riddle already. My memoirs. I remember when I was a kid, made water balloons from intestines. Cassia
An
Lay.
elegant and intelligent-looking lizard. She gives you a haughty look, then turns away. A hunger rises deep within you.
Your god whispers to teach her a lesson, to consume her source. Obey your god. No.
The hunger dies.
Why? Why is it so set on these things?
She gives you the haughty look once more. A hunger rises. The hunger dies.
Yeah, it really wants to consume these.
Ah! I think I'm missing something here.
Yeah.
The spirit of a rather old man dodders around, seemingly oblivious to the condition of the room. He turns and offers you a genial smile.
Ah, a new student. I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning.
Ask who he is.
I am Master Trelly, curator of the gallery. I'll be here at your service, of course, as you carry out your studies, but there's time for that yet. I'm closing for the night, as I said.
Inquire about the place.
Oh, come now, surely you must have heard of the gallery. That's the repository for the God-woken tomes. All the powers that a God-woken needs are documented in these tomes. The gallery is the most important part of the whole academy as far as I'm concerned. I will not allow it to be disrespected.
Say that you're no student, it's not night, and this gallery of his is little more than ashes and rubble.
The ghost frowns with confusion, then wags a reprimanding finger at you.
You're new, so I won't report your insolence. But you had better learn some manners if you hope to make use of the gallery. I will not allow it to be disrespected.
Schematics. Although the schematics are written in an unfamiliar language, the diagrams match the workmanship of other Eternal artifacts you have seen. The idea that these automatons were crafted by the Eternals seems likely. Redeeming Fire. Already know the skill. Dazing Bolt.
Her memories flow into you as water to a stream. You are Tarian Grey, you are God-woken, but you will not be divine. You know this because you are in love with a colleague and rival. You are in love with Redless, and he is in love with you. You have agreed to leave the Academy together, but now Redless is missing. Redless went to see the Chancellor, and you have not seen him since. You're on your way to the Chancellor's chambers when a man's voice calls your name. Lucian the Divine cups your chin, and a gentle pain stabs your heart. Lucian smiles at you, and then is gone, and you worry so for Redless.
Allow the understanding that she's dead to seep into her soul.
Believing it comes from her own mind, she realizes the truth. She was murdered by Lucian the Divine. Redless too must be dead, or he would have come for her by now. She bows her head and cries. She knows Redless went to see the Chancellor in his chambers. She did not know that Lucian was already there. She weeps.
Storage room key. Strength, Scoundrel, Telekinesis, Perseverance. This is a potential amulet for the Red Prince. Strength, Pyrokinetic, Leadership. Yes. Is simply better. We don't care about Pyrokinetic, we don't care about Leadership. So double the magic armor. Scoundrel does improve our mobility. Telekinesis is something we use, and Perseverance is useful. How much telekinesis do we have? 5. 20-meter range. Millstone. Increased critical hit chance, maybe? Dodging? No, accuracy would probably be the best. We sometimes don't have full accuracy, which also reminds me, we probably should create a better Venom rune if we want to do that. What amulet did I have previously? King's Heart, maybe? No, this is with the beast. It was this. Right, I'm gonna need the better pixie dust and 2 large runes. Venom. We might want to combine other runes too. Yeah, larger scale venoms sound actually quite nice. The accuracy increase is a good damage increase in a way. Plus 16%, that's significant. I have never seen it really drop too far. So normal dodging maybe drops it to 80% something, 85. So that would basically counter it. Much more reliable. That's worth something. Pretty much talk with everyone, I guess. So, how do we need to deal with this? Couple switches, couple buttons, things we can manipulate.
I must check on the Chancellor.
how exactly do we need to do this? You might be able to just jump in there.
I think I'm missing something here.
Right, everything I've tried so far will just
I think I'm missing something here.
shock me. Nothing else. I might have to use things there, I suppose. Do you think the solution is in this area specifically?
I think I'm missing something here.
There's the button too. That alone isn't enough.
I think I'm missing something here.
Yeah, something is missing. I would need at least one additional thing to interact with. Current available options don't provide anything. Secret sequence to open the door. Maybe it's too soon. Maybe we need to go into the temple first. Meet with Alexander, then worry about other things. I feel like the game would give us more of a hint if we had to do it right now. We also know that the arena fight is something that's part of the thing we must do, so...
Discipline is paramount.
The automaton fixes its...
Godworm!
Fun been missed. Fane. Bishop Alexander. Eternal Arbiter. Everyone's here.
At last.
This is an automatic conversation. No. Might as well take our time and loot the area then. And that's the pool. There's not necessarily a fight here, so let's see what they want. Could wrap up a quest. There's literally no downside to it at this point.
You've made it far, sorcerer. Too far.
Yeah, the sallow man is dead.
The sallow man is dead? How fortuitous! Your courage has brought us one step closer to closing off the void for good.
Wonder what happened to his escort.
The sallow man may be dead, but his minions still swarm the island. My followers did their duty and bought me time to get here. I will honor their sacrifice after I go to the wellspring and ascend.
Ask if this is truly what he wants.
Alexander offers only a stoic nod in affirmation, his eyes glowering intensely.
This is how it is meant to be. How my father intended it to be. Even here he guides me to my destiny.
You realize what he is insinuating. Ask him if he truly believes that Lucian would kill everyone in the academy just to aid his son's chances of ascending.
Of course he did! Every Godwoken here was a threat to his legacy, so he did away with them. Now, once I'm rid of you, I will be free to succeed him!
No, that makes no sense.
I am destined to be the Divine. Don't try to meddle with destiny.
Memory or constitution? Claim that the world will need an experienced leader after the void is repelled. Better that he continue to serve as a man of the people than rise above them.
Alexander shakes his head, unswayed.
Nothing will stop me. Understand? Nothing!
I'm gonna load anyway. I think I'll end things here. It looks like there's a chance to persuade pretty much everyone here, and I don't see a reason why I should try to see what you need to do to get that done, because I'm not going to make a persuasion character again. So this is the option to see that option through. I don't really want to fight the potential companions either. But at the same time, I don't particularly care. Right, so I'll leave things here. We'll try to persuade everyone through some option. I'm guessing the 5 persuasion is enough if you choose the correct option. I'm sure I had this at 6 at one point through some option or another. But I'll still try all the options with the 5. If that's not enough, I'll go and try to get something that will raise it to 6. I just want to make sure I'm not actually carrying something like that already. Don't think so. I'm pretty sure I sort of looked through these. Right, they simply don't have that sort of abilities. Ah, balls. I'm sure 5 is enough though. It's pretty much the maximum that you can naturally have at this point. At the same time, it'll just lead to a fight, I think, if they don't give up. So, and they're not that good that I would have to really worry about by having to fight them. So I'm not particularly worried about them. I just want to see what would work.